Next time, tell me that Sting's going up, bro, so that I'm not talking over top of it.
Ruin everything.
So it is Terran versus Protoss. The map is Neo Planet. The matchup is Protoss versus Terran, and in the top right-hand corner, he's down 0-1 in this matchup. Tried a Widow Mine attack, but unfortunately failed in the end. It is the teal Terran, Rascko.
Rascko spotting his opponent as the fluffy pink Zerg Protoss.
The powerful pink, the pretty in pink.
The fluffy. I like fluffies. And it's going to be jayrawr.
jayrawr.
That is a fierce
Will
name.
jayrawr roar and show fear in the eyes of Rascko, or will Rascko say, oh no, I will come back and win game number 2? I love these puns. I do them all the time for you guys. I hope you enjoy them.
Nope, no one likes our puns.
Protoss versus Terran, this matchup, and now being cross spawns, this would make an interesting.
Well, it's only.
Well, there's the only way you can spawn this map, but this will be interesting because drops could be effective in that you could attack from 2 different sides, but as long as you secure expos and as long as you're diligent on defending them, Protoss might be able to hold. But I know Protoss are complaining now about the speed of those medevacs, making it so difficult to pick off those drops. So
the problem with that is, before as a Protoss player, if you scouted a drop that was coming, you had enough time to move your army into a place where you could receive those drops. Problem with the boost now is that even if you spot the drop coming, if you don't have something there preemptive to protect from it, it's already too late. The mech's going to be there, army's going to be dropped in your base, and you're going to be taking damage. Specifically on this map, Neoplanet S, the third base is a while away from your natural and your
very
base,
far away
and you
by
can't
ground.
Even blink your stalkers straight into the base. As you see, there is this chasm right there. So that's a problem with defending for our Protoss for our drops.
And this is where it'll be critical to have that mother core to purify your base so that you can actually get some defenses to a Nexus before your units actually are able to arrive. This one, see how it writes Planet S there? There is the probe inside of the base of the Terran, so he will get a scout, but unfortunately he's blocked off and will remain there until he's eventually snuffed out by a Terran holding a gun. At the same time, Assimilator's going down for our Protoss in his base, so he will be teching up off of this. He'll need to once he gets his Cyber Core up.
Going for the double gas there, he's going to be getting a Cyber Core. He's going to try to get his research and a Stalker at the same time. Could possibly be going for a Robo or some sort of tech before expanding. That's usually the only reason you would get that sort of double gas. We see the Reaper going to be taking out that Pro, so no proc going down in the base over there. Terran once again opening up gas. Pretty standard for Terran these days, especially with all the new factory units that they can make. We can see a pylon going down for jayrawr on the side over here. So that could be later be used to harass the third, or to be doing some sort of quick attack onto the natural, even though the Zealot right now is going to be chased away by this Reaper. Oops.
So the traditional Terran, or sorry, the traditional Zealot Stalker poke that is so common in Wings of Liberty has basically been changed by this now viability of the Reaper, which forces the Zealot away and wait until his Stalker can come and aid him. So might be a change in the metagame, not seeing that Zealot push out, except maybe to take some pot shots and prevent that Reaper from entering the base of the Protoss. Meanwhile, the Stalker is running back to base, perhaps to defend against possible other Reapers. And now we're seeing Marauder concussive shells. So a strong choice coming out of our Terran, a strong counter to Stalkers. And any time that you can destroy a Protoss unit as a Terran, it really takes a toll on the Protoss, as all their units are so expensive.
And yeah, exactly. And as I said, you know, why is he getting that gas? There's going to be some sort of tech. What's it going to be? Is there going to even be an expansion? Looks like the answer is actually no. There is a proxy Stargate, which I was showing before, right here at that third base. When we see an Oracle being made. There could be an expansion though, regardless. He doesn't have enough minerals at the moment, but this Oracle could do some great damage onto the mineral line for our Terran, which is a change from Wings of Liberty, where Protoss didn't really have a very good harass option unless you were doing some sort of a Zealot drop from a Warp Prism. We can see here the Reaper has been scouting. Didn't actually see any sort of expansion, and it looks like the Reaper is rallied straight to the third. Will he see this Stargate though? I mean, it's going to be huge if he does. He could get some defense and totally neglect this Oracle, and there goes the Reaper. Nope, unfortunately does not see it.
So unfortunate, just literally millimeters away, and here comes the Oracle. This is something I've seen Grubby do on his stream very much. He's already taken down one SCV, almost takes down another. We'll be able to take down the second, and we'll quickly be able to take out these stragglers. Now 4-5 to his name. 6 even. So now he has been worth more than his weight in gold. Almost takes out the... Oh!
Look at those pieces fly across the battlefield.
See how quickly that Widowmine took it out, but he did get his dues. He did take out enough units to make it count, thinning out the herd for Rascko and putting him in supply deficiency compared to his Ouch.
Good defense there by that Widowmine. Takes out Oracle before it did any of the damage. And really, this Stargate hasn't been too effective for jayrawr. It's been a huge investment for him, spending a lot of gas and a lot of minerals here. And he's still sending these Oracles in, even though they haven't been.
After the first one, it was worth it. Taking out those 6 probes, but then sending in more is problematic, especially with the one-hit kills by these Widowmines. There's no safety, except now he has found a sweet spot in between them to attack these SCVs, but he's being very cautious, unfortunately. He just doesn't want to lose it, and
look at that baiting SCV. Wants to bait him over there to take out that Widowmine. We can see the expansion is going down for jayrawr. Pretty late in typical PvT, but really these days you have to play a little more safe against Terran. Now, thankfully, you can see that the Terran is still behind the workers, and that's actually thanks to that Oracle, the kills that the Oracle was able to do.
So this Nexus is going down for our Protoss player. We'll be expanding into 2 base, now building a Robo as well, so we may see a traditional land-based army with Colossus in tow. With the new Mothership core, you can see floating above, like an angel above his units. Yeah, this is going to be a little bit of a lull in the battle. I mean, the Stargate has not been found, the proxy Stargate, so it might come into play a little later on as well. But right now, we'll see both players teching up, getting more economy and tech that they want to produce the army that they need in order to play this out.
Widowmine's not being burrowed at the front for some defense over there. Oracle, flying around. He is charging up on his energy. Does have enough to do that beam for quite a long time. What's the beam called? It's called the Pulsar beam, and now he's going to be swinging around to this natural expansion where most of the drones are. It looks like there's a Reaper standing here.
Is he going to have the Presence Mine to turn on his button? No, does not take out the Reaper. Actually wants to go into the mineral line. Is he going to get shot by any sort of... He actually being very cautious, attacking very few shots at a time, doing a great job killing them now. The Widowmines are being moved into position. With diligence, he will be able to get out in time, and it looks like he does. Is he going to find now this Reaper and destroy it? Yes, he does. He is attacking the Reaper, so the Reaper does go down as well. So this Oracle is making it worth it as well.
This Oracle's doing very well. Now, actually, 15 workers killed for our Protoss player here, putting the Terran in a deficit of 6 behind the Protoss. Right now, this still macroing up, going for that Colossus transition, which is really great for our Protoss here. I mean, Terran right now, he's just scrambling. He's scrambling to make his workers, trying to get the workers back. You see the starport is down. It's going to be swapping over. Well, no, actually going to build its own reactor. Really wants just Factory to keep making Widowmines for his Terran army. See the double engineering base going up for our Terran player here. And now, getting upgrades before the Protoss. This could be trouble for our Protoss player later on in the game when he decides to engage and realizes that he's a few upgrades. Oh my goodness!
Widowmine in the mineral line. Second time we've seen this come out of Rascko. It's proven to be so effective, and unfortunately, without the detection he needs, he's not able to clear this out. He is chrono boosting out an observer. He needs it desperately. It will come out before the next shot is fired. But really, so much damage has been done. Unfortunately, his natural is going to have a really bad day very soon. Within the next few seconds, there will be another attack. Will the splash be sufficient? And takes out 3 more probes. So being super effective. Takes out the threat at his main base. Will now need to clean up and mop up the damage at his natural. But this is what Rascko needed to do to claw himself into the game. Thermal Lance being produced by jayrawr. And this observer flying over top of the Widowmines, not detected in the least. Checking out everything that Rascko has to provide.
This good observer right there to be able to see anything, but he needs to watch out for those missile turrets that were basically placed there to stop the oracles, and loses 2 of those observers. We can see now observer over here going to be stopping that Widowmine. In terms of workers killed, it really has evened out, so both players doing great jobs harassing each other's mineral lines. Now, with this Colossus transition, he's almost got his first Colossus out. Now, this army, looking at our Terran base, only has 1 Stargate. This is going to be problematic if he doesn't start making Vikings soon as a Colossus. There will be nothing to take out the Colossus in an upcoming fight.
So now the Colossus are being produced. If produced in great enough numbers, they will be devastating, and the army looks like it wants to move out. We'll have an observer with them, which will be critical to prevent any sort of surprise attack by any burrowed Widowmines, but the observer will need to be in front of the army. It looks like jayrawr is placing his army at the precipice of war.
Now, with Terran getting those engineering base earlier, he's going to have that attack and that armor before the Protoss. And you can see he's already at 1-1, working on his 2-2, while Protoss is just starting his 1-1.
Is that the Oracle?
Yep.
Oh, wow. It's probably
It's been there for a while.
Oh, no. It's been harassing, and we haven't been noticing.
No,
15 damage. But look at its energy. It's recently attacked, and it wasn't yellow the last time it went in there. So he's been harassing and doing a great job with that Oracle and keeping it in the fight to be a thorn in the side of Rascko for some time. And now you can see that the army of jayrawr is growing. That's a weird sight.
They're both robots. They're holding hands. It's
you
cute.
think that they're communicating? They're like Romeo and Juliet, the Capulets and the
Oh,
Monsters.
nope.
Oh, the
Juliet's
probe
bad.
strikes first. Shots fired. Shots fired. And the Terran will have the last lap. Oh! See that probe go down, but now needing to be rearmed. He will have to have an observer show up, or else he'll just have a bad day with the stalkers. Where's the observer? It is coming. He has about 45 more seconds to show up, so he'll be more
They
than
were
fine.
so cute together. Man.
And that Widow Mine does go down, and the rest of the army of Rascko is gearing up for war. 2 Vikings are being produced at a time, so the hard counter to the Vikings is being produced. 3 bases for our Terran are en route, so they will have an economy boost very soon. This will be important for jayrawr to do the damage he needs, and he has found the Stargate. He will be able to take that out. This derelict Stargate here in the corner of the map.
Yep, and finally now Protoss moving on to the third base, and really that's the metagame right now. Protoss has been kind of relegated back into early Wings play where they had to turtle on 2 bases. No more fast thirds, just because of how effective these medevacs drops have been with the speed and the Widow Mines. So we now see the Protoss ball getting up to that size that you want it to be at, with the +2 attacks and armor coming, but Terran's going to be finishing once again. So once again, ahead in about 1 upgrade, which is going to be huge in case some sort of fight occurs.
We'll have to see if this bodes well or ill for our Protoss and Terran player. It will be interesting to see how this matchup shakes up. There are a couple Colossus in the battle, but there are tons of Marauders and Widow Mines peppered throughout the map as well. Blink is on its way, but will the Blink be fast enough to prevent any sort of damage? Right now, it looks like the army of Rascko is very powerful and formidable, plus the Vikings. I don't see how jayrawr will be able to push through this. Level 3 weapons and armor are on the way for the bio army of Rascko, so he is poised and positioned to be very powerful in any forthcoming battle.
Yeah, definitely. Protoss doesn't want to move out until they're maxed right now.
And he's so afraid to move out. As soon as he moves out, he knows how quickly medevacs can come in and strike. The entire economy line could change, and he'll come back to a base that was not what he left.
Some investments in some cannons wouldn't be a bad idea. I mean, be able to let him move out a little bit, still be able to defend from those Widow Mines, and gives him that protection that he needs as well. So as you were saying, here we go. We see that medevac now going out to the third base, where the third base would typically be. Now the Protoss is going to be taking its fourth.
Fourth base is just now being dropped. So he will come here and say, oh, this isn't even a base yet, and decide to go drop somewhere else. Could drop himself at any point. Is now seen by the Mothership Core, so realizes that the jig is up and decides to move back.
Oh, and there goes that Oracle that was there in the early game, now finally being taken out, so the pressure is off. Protoss now getting our Storm is going up for the High Templars, so really getting to that late stage game over here. Medivac now scouting around. I don't believe it sees, actually, no it does, it knows about this expansion, and so could drop here, could drop somewhere else. Haven't seen any 2-prong attacks just yet. Observer scouting the whole army, sees where sees where Rascko is set out, and really, you know, this is going to be the end game of all end game battles.
Yeah, both these players are basically just waiting until they get right to the end. The cannon did almost take out that medevac, but not enough. They're going to do absolute devastating damage. Oh, the humanity, even though those are robots, look away if you are a Protoss player. This medevac will now flee to safety, will make sure that those Widow Mines just sit in the base and do the duty that they were designed to do. And still no reaction coming up by jayrawr. Okay, a couple Zealots now coming out. He will need an observation, and now the entire army actually being pulled. There we go, there's the detection. Clears those out very quickly before any secondary attack comes in. Both these players are just going to get maxed before that they collide their 2 armies together, but with Storm and High Templars and with the Mothership Core putting in their slows, this could be exactly what jayrawr needs, and it does give him time to get those level 3 weapons and upgrades.
Yeah, both players just macroing their hearts out right now. We only have 3 Colossus right here, so we'll see if there's overmade Vikings, and not really. Still a pretty good number of Vikings here to take out the Colossus, and it looks like the maxed out army of Rascko is ready to move out. Now with Widow Mines, Marauders, and Marines, this is the new Terran army right now, pushing towards the Protoss 4th base.
This 4th base is going to be in a lot of danger very soon, but the entire army of our pink Protoss is there as well. The Mothership Core is going to come out and meet the opponent, and it's going to get absolutely erased very quickly by these Vikings. And now it's going to be Stalkers versus Vikings to prevent the Colossus from going down. Colossus charging forward, cleaning up many units. Beautiful storms to prevent the attack, and now this Colossus have to do all the damage they can before the Vikings take it up. And oh my goodness, now it's just Zealots and Stalkers with High Templars without any storms left.
Oh man,
there are some storms.
Oh, huge storms!
These should be enough to clear up this army, and the entire biomass of this Terran army is being reduced to rubble. And now, look at the supply counts in favor of the Protoss. So a beautiful engagement there. Will they now wait, or will he push the issue? And now we see the transition into Ghosts.
Exactly. Really needs those Ghosts there. Actually getting most of the Ghost Academies going down, so he can get those upgrades twice speed. Could be actually getting so many Ghost Academies just for nukes. It's possible. You can see that the Vikings now going home. They did their job. They were able to take down the Colossus, but really those storms are huge. First storms, not so much. Killed a lot of his own sentries, but really the second storms were great. Landed all over the army, covered it with a blanket, and was able to take out that Terran army. Although these Wildmans are still here.
And were there many backs in that battle? I don't remember seeing them, but they are definitely needed to heal up that bio army and keep them living for a little bit longer. Medevac should have been spotted by the observer. A bunch of Widow Mines are also just taking out units, just picking off here and there. Is the response forthcoming for jayrawr? Will he be able to defend this base from a drop, which consists of 3 Marauders and 2 Marines?
Probably will be. I mean, if you look at this base now, there is 1 cannon, and that Medivac is very low health, and I can see why he wanted to drop his army here. That Medivac will take about 2 hits from that cannon and will be totally destroyed. We see a couple of Zealots now being sent into the 3rd base of jayrawr. Going to be ripping apart those SPs to see the reaction. There he goes. Rascko is going to pull them, now sending his army to go defend.
Good job by our Protoss player. Sorry, it is very early in the morning, my friends. I did not mean to yawn on stream. A bunch of Archons are being warped in as well. More High Templars being warped in. Storms and Archons going to be so effective against this heavy bio army. The bio army of Rascko is trying to meet up with their allies, stimming but not being healed because they're not close enough to the medevacs. And the middle expansion, the gold expansion, being taken by our Protoss. So Protoss feeling very strong and feeling very confident right now.
No player really wants to engage right now. They're just really careful because they know one fight, if one army gets the advantage and pushes straight through, it could be the end of this game. Observer's still doing a great job of scouting and knowing where jayrawr is. Knowing where Rascko is, jayrawr knows exactly. He's now grabbing this 5th base. Especially it's going to be a gold one. It's going to be a huge boost for his economy. Now able to drop in 5 gates. We can see that already setting up the production before the base is set up. So just when the base is saturated, there's going to be huge amounts of warp hits coming out for our Protoss player.
Huge spike in production coming out for our Protoss player. Both players banking a lot of minerals, basically max with nothing more to spend it on. They will have to confront each other at some point because this isn't a game where you win by collecting more money. You can only win by destroying your opponent. That's exactly what Protoss is trying to do, pushing forward on these turret factories. They will go down very quickly. There is a potential flank by the bio army of the Teal Terran, which is exactly what you see Rascko threatening to do. With the stim, they can move into position and snipe these Colossus very quickly.
The Templar! And huge! No huge storm. But these Ghosts are now out in the open.
And look at these players, very reticent to attack, not wanting, neither player basically wanting to engage in any battle-ending scenario. And this middle gold base has been found by this drop. The rest of the army, the entire army of jayrawr is being pulled back to defend against it. A blink forward will ensure the demise of all these units and the medevac. And now jayrawr should go back on the offensive.
Really though, that attack was actually quite effective here. Was able to take it out.
There is a Zealot attack over at the 4th base of the Terran, so beautiful splitting of the army, and now this is forcing Rascko to change his focus to Ghost Cloak and go away, and the Vikings go down, and they go down again, and now a storm on these bio units, beautifully placed. One Colossus playing sweeper, and more storms. There's no way he'll come out of this well, and Rascko has to GG. Protoss take 2 games.